Что ж, продолжаем наши попытки наконец-то выбраться уже из старой сирены и прибыть в сирену новую. Но перед этим, конечно же, нужно завершить все дополнительные задания. Ну и найти Константина по основному. Я думаю, начнем с пропавшего нафта, а потом по порядку. Ну, потому что вот эти два в одной локации делать придется. Но с другой стороны, хотя, когда мы будем делать задание по поиску Юнги, мы также пересечемся вот с этим. Так что продолжаем. Так, собственно, чтобы расследовать исчезновение, надо поговорить с его друзьями. Давайте. Так. Ага, также тут у нас... Да. Ну, собственно, да. Ну да, как обычно, можно, конечно же, разными путями выяснить информацию о еретиках. Но, в общем-то, не суть важно. Да, здесь найдем бушлат матроса. Это позволит нам проникнуть на склад. Но мы же помним, что нафты на свою территорию ни своих не пускают. Ну, поэтому мы переоденемся. Очень странно, конечно, что... Да, боже мой. Что такого видного человека не знают в лицо, но спишем это на игровые условности.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
Ну, можем, конечно же. Хочешь узнать что-то о начальнике, спроси его подчиненных.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
Ну и пошли расспрашивать его о Юнге. Я, кстати, не помню, как его зовут. Так.
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Умеет человек себя контролировать, ничего не скажешь.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Да.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
Ну, она немножко по-другому, конечно же,
I
туманит
need to be
чувства,
going.
но
Farewell.
спишем это не на сильную образованность местных моряков. Да. Так. Ну, как обычно, можно немножко помародерить. Ну, во имя успеха компании, конечно же. Да.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 death winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Ну, снова о капитане Васко.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No. Not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Так.
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Так, ну и
Why
последнее.
would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Так, ну и отлично.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Так, ну, собственно, идем теперь в таверну. Там, правда, придется тут же сделать кусочек по основному квесту. В принципе, не проблема. Так. Ну, на самом деле, локация небольшая, удобно. Все рядом. Ну да. Так.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Ну и вот, теперь мы можем, собственно, спросить о Юнге и о Константине. Давайте сначала о Юнге, а потом уже о нашем кузене. Ну вот такие вот приоритеты.
I'm looking for a Nord. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A naught, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do.
Ну это
I
да,
would
это
have
оскорбление.
noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Так, ну и, собственно, про свидетеля.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
Так, ну и давайте сразу про Константина.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Да, конечно.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
I need to be off.
Так.
Goodbye.
Ну, собственно, понятно, что такой человек, как Десарде, точно тупо заплатил. Нас же давит жаба. Да и где-то тут, по-моему, можно было найти шурупы, поэтому...
Locked.
Да, в смысле, ключ же есть. Вот. Отлично. И еще и ключ трактирщика. Ну, как говорится, нас просили починить, но никто не говорил, что мы не можем этого сделать за счет. Ой, тут госпиталь. Ага, так, тут что-то есть интересное. Так. Так. Вы же понимаете, да, что это такое? Это значит, что мы можем немножко помародерить. Да, сейчас мы завершим, собственно, квест с Юнгой и пойдем найдем эту лавку. Так. Так.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Ну да, очень, конечно, интересно, как вот такой человек будет сейчас что-то чинить. Но он Курта заставит. Ладно, нормально.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Да. Оперативно.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into.
Это главное.
Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Так, ну и, собственно, наш прощелыга. Это вот, конечно, интересно, что вот в прошлой серии было у торговца тоже все лицо уже в последствиях Малихора. И у этого тоже. И судя по внешним признакам, они как бы уже должны быть слепые, но нет. Так что тут на самом деле непонятно, или это как-то не соответствующее внешним симптомам работает, или же просто этим персонажам влепили такую уже заранее заготовленную модельку. Но, впрочем, не об этом сейчас.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago. After visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his
Ну и что
crew
ты там встал на
accompanied him.
заднем фоне?
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the three of them.
Так, ну давайте о
What can you
Юнге.
tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. Needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
Так, ну и, собственно, а заказчики?
A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Theleme embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Так, собственно. Так, ага. Ага. Так, да, это было неожиданно. Ладно. А ты куда? Отлично, этого замочили. Отлично. Взрезали всех. Это хорошо. Так. Нет, ну первый раз я так прям на них налетел, как в неожиданности. Что там нам дали? Старая клепанная кераса. А, выносливость нужда. Ну, тут прям сильно больше дается защиты. Да, выносливость. Выносливость это важно. Потом вкачать как-нибудь. Так, а где? А, правильно. Так. А вот, собственно, торговец, которого мы тогда-то склонили к взяточничеству. Так, вот Телемовское посольство. Красивое здание, однако. Так, и сюда. Да.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Ладно, поговорим с ней. Интересно, она, по идее, должна нас знать, в принципе, это же высший свет.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you
да.
at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Вот это ты зря, конечно, раскрыла. Ну, потому что это уже против договоров, как говорится.
I'm very surprised.
Нарушение контракта.
Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
What was your son doing on a Naut ship? Why would they have taken him?
It is what they do. Through pacts and contracts, they steal away young children from their mothers.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. But it is true that you are young and inexperienced. It seems that you have been protected from the turpitudes of our own nation and their terrible allies. This horrible, constant ransoming that they put us through. But I will not say another word. You will have no trouble verifying the details now that you know what to look for.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Ну, кстати, да. Я считаю достойно, что они сделали анимацию разговора даже вне кат-сцен, когда персонаж просто стоит и перекидывается фразами, например, со спутниками. Это заслуживает похвалы. Хотя, конечно, ну, недостаток бюджета здесь прям проглядывается. Потому что, ну, и у зданий многих один и тот же шаблон, просто немножко разные декорации. Да и в целом. Графика тут... Ну, я не думаю, что это большая проблема и большой недостаток. Так, во-первых, Васка. Да, и там же будет господин де Курсилион. Так, а с другой стороны... Так, вот здесь был Махач. Мне что интересно, где книжная лавка, которую можно было бы обнести? А стоп, он же там про книги говорил, то есть это вот... Стилем, самостного альянса, торговец, фонты. Ну, не просто так они тут есть явно. Так, давайте поищем, собственно, книжную лавку. Как бы, если я надолго с этим завязну, я просто вырежу это потом. Вот, и когда уже найду, так сказать... не мешайся, Курт. Когда найду, вернемся, но... Склад. Казарма стражи. Вполне может быть, что где-то здесь. Ну, да, тут мы были. Тут мы были. Тут мы были, тут мы были. Ходим кругами. А если здесь? Так, понятно. Тут закрыто. А это мы часом... Да, мы вышли, собственно, к...
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait
Ah,
here with
понятно.
the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse.
Понятно. Где ж ты можешь быть? Где ж ты можешь быть? Мы ж там были. Стоп, мы же были там. Это было наверху. Сейчас... Так. Да, вот оно. Нашел. Нашел. Только вопрос. Найти-то я нашел. А что там вообще говорилось в записке? Мы как-то в инвентаре можем? Так, вот дневник. Один из записки. Так. Вот. Спрятанную в доме шкатулку. Спрятанную в доме. Что подразумевает спрятанную в доме? То есть, это явно не просто... Ага, тут есть вход с другой стороны. Только тут ничего нет. Шкатулка, спрятанная в доме. Нет, ну, по-моему, этот дом подходит под описание. Вопрос, как тут что-то найти. Так, ладно, так это не работает. Так, ладно, скорее всего, опять придется резать. Или вот тут. Да, вот. 100 золотых монет. Отлично, нашли. Отлично. Хорошо. Так, а теперь, собственно, возвращаемся к квесту. Так. Быстренько пробежимся. Огонь. Лут. Трупы. Так. Ну вот мы и пришли.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nords, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Nord. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Ну, это прям достойный мужик. Ходячая энциклопедия.
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
Так, ну и, собственно...
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nords.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nords. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such a chord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance.
Сам виноват, получается.
Via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Отлично. Владеешь информацией, владеешь всем. Так. Я не знаю, я потом посмотрю, скорее всего, при монтаже, имеет ли смысл вырезать вот эти побегушки, сколько это в итоге дает времени. То есть, ну, если разница будет между, да, что такое, между 45 минутами и 40 минутами, то, в принципе, не суть важно. Целостность повествования будет нарушать. А если нет, то как бы почему бы и нет. Я, возможно, буду вырезать такие моменты.
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Так, можем с ней еще поговорить?
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
With respect, my lady.
Что по картинам, кстати. Красиво. Единственное, что, да, нам сделали намек, что, мол, идите поговорите с ней, то есть как-то выведите из себя, заставьте дискредитировать мужа, но, видимо, это просто был намек, чтобы мы пришли в дом и увидели, собственно, подсвеченную записку. Да. Ладно. Пойдем освобождать Джонаса. Так. Ага. Так, прибыли.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Так, а давайте посмотрим, что у нас тут есть наверху. Что-то интересное. Нет, это сделано просто для красоты. Ладно. О, да, кстати, главное, чтобы не было вот этих еще проблем. Насколько я помню, это довольно актуально для этой игры, когда спутник преграждает выход откуда-то. Сейчас пока с нами один курт это не грозит, а вот потом как бы несколько...
What are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Nords are worried about his disappearance.
Those Nords took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Ну, у нас есть вот такая реплика. Тут, конечно, можно попытаться, но 50%.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Nords. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Nords. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness would be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Nords.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Отлично. И нафтом удружили, и содружество. Но пока что Где тут у нас репутация отображается? А, вот здесь. Ну, с торговым содружеством, естественно, симпатия. Ух. Как много. Как много фракций. Так. Где? Боже, зачем такие катакомбы? Так, нет. Отсюда мы пришли, да? Стоп. Да чтоб вас. Где? Где чертов? Не чертов Юнга. Ну, хотя тут, конечно, есть указатель, но это ж не для нас. Слишком просто. Вот. Да что? Похож на батьку. Или нет?
My name is Desade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Так, ну отлично, один квест завершили. Кстати, по опыту у нас... Ладно. Нам пока не предстоит никаких серьезных драк, поэтому не суть. Не суть, не суть, не суть, не суть. А потом, когда уровень следующий поднимется, там обновится ассортимент. Да. Пришли.
So, you still haven't found your cousin? As you well know, we can't...
Have no fear.
My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Уважуху получили. Еще и с нафтами подняли.
Be back soon, Captain.
Репутацию. Ну, отлично, уровень. Так, хорошо. Думаю, здесь можно сохраниться. Ну, просто. И, собственно, вкачать паралич. Паралич вкачать. Да. Да что это очень полезный навык. По стопам мастеров. Ладно. А потом уже пойдем в одноручку. Но, нет, тут, конечно... Щит просветленного. Вот до сюда бы докачаться на самом деле. Ну, а посмотрим. Что-то у нас вообще здесь. Нет, сначала, пожалуй, прокачаем ветку паралича. Да, а его, конечно же, надо заклинание паралич привязать на первую кнопочку. Вот. Отлично. Так. Теперь... Сиди, Константин. Так. Переодеться нафтом. Давайте. Переоденемся нафтом. Теперь мы вылеты нафта. Конечно. Да. Да-да. Тут у нас кто? Что тут за квест? Запись. Давайте поделаем запись снова.
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
Where is the manifest to be found?
I've already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Взламывать надо. Нет, можно, то есть, переодеться в куртовскую и взломать, но тут ходят вот эти вот пацаны. Немножко мешает. Нет, конечно, тут можно запариться, это все обшмонать, но это время. Хотя, возможно, я это не на запись сделаю, просто уже перед самим отплытием, чтобы... Ну, чтобы поправить свое благосостояние. Ну, с другой стороны, например, вот здесь вроде бы никого нет, поэтому можно сделать так. Курт. Кстати, Курт. Вот у меня для тебя есть... получше одежка. А это просто теперь будет тут. У меня. Так. Да зачем-то. Тут, в принципе, да, тут сколько-то шекелей поднять на этом можно. То есть на таком. Да. Ну вот, по такому же принципу я, в принципе... По такому же принципу, в принципе... Простите за тавтологию. По такому же принципу можно будет обнести, собственно, и все остальное, но это уже потом. Отлично. Еще и ключ от тюрьмы загробастали. Это бы было необходимо, чтобы с этим... С контрабандистом перетереть, но... В принципе, нафиг он нам нужен, как говорится, да и... Мы уже и так выяснили информацию.
If you wore a Naught uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Мастер на все руки, но не будем об этом. В принципе, гораздо есть более простой способ.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
Да-да. Конечно же. Зелье равновесия. Так, тут что-то интересное есть еще помимо этого. Да. Так, идем. А вот, собственно, и наши heretics.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison. But
Ах,
revealed to me your
ох уж эти
hiding
скрипты.
Oh, the traitor.
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime.
Все
We are
так
not
говорят.
heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Ну да, нам эти квесты, видимо, показывают просто, что в будущем на острове не стоит верить ни Телеме, ни Мостовому Альянсу, и у каждого из них свои интересы, и как бы на наше торговое содружество, и на нас, как его эмиссара, всем, в частности-то, плевать.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of St. Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Опять же, он немножко другое по-английски говорит. What is written is written. Ну, как бы, да. Так, собственно, о плане побега.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Так, ну и
Did
последнее.
you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Так, давайте вот так сделаем.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
I'll be back. Так, есть тут что-то из... ну, Так, тут нет у нас вроде бы никаких... Понятно. Практически ничего не получили, условно. Так, да, пойдемте. Да что? Пойдемте договоримся с мостовчанином, если его так можно назвать. Так, вот мы, собственно, снова у посольства Мостового Альянса. Я по пути успел отправить грузчиков по... Что? Что случилось? Непонятно. В общем-то, я по вот этому квесту уже успел отправить грузчиков, чтобы они отнесли груз куда надо. Но, в общем-то, не суть важно. Надо будет еще забежать к квартирмейстеру. Ну, а теперь надо договориться с нашим старым добрым знакомым. Ну, старым, но не очень добрым.
Your Excellency,
Lord de Sade.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Matthäus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
Все.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Goodbye, Lord de Sade.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Да, думаю, здесь я резать не буду. Тут буквально 60 метров пробежать до... На самом деле, вот чисто с реальной точки зрения, здесь не 60 же, наверное, метров. Ладно. Так. Ну ты... Ладно.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir Desade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Так.
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
Ну, нам все равно дали плюс одну репутацию, так что нормально.
Must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, Desade.
No, Desade. Нет, ну то есть тут реально, как они произносят на английском, может быть правильнее даже Лорд Десарде, но Лорд Десарде, не знаю. Это вот, опять же, если хоть кто-то это посмотрит, то скажите, как лучше произносить, чтобы слух не резало, так скажем. Потому что я очень часто искажаю фамилии на произношение, особенно не русские, да и русские тоже иногда. Так, ладно, здесь, я думаю, я вырежу и продолжим. Так, ну вот, собственно, мы и добрались до места, где держат нашего кузена. Я думаю, его уже можно услышать.
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Так. Ну, в принципе, давайте сохранимся, и как бы... В обход оно, конечно, хорошо. Так. А, ну нам прям подсказывают, чтобы мы шли в обход. Ну, давайте, раз подсказывают, так пойдем в обход. Потом зарубимся. Все равно всех перережем, я думаю. Тьфу. Да, нафиг я сюда спускался. Сразу надо было в атаку идти. Все, давайте. Хватит страдать фигней. А, ну все. Ну ты давайте. Ай-яй-яй. Ты на кого? Все, закончили. ладно. Да. Тут, скорее всего, можно было бы пролезть, если бы... А на какой? Так, на Ctrl сражаться. Он вроде бы умел ползать. Ну-ка, стоп. На С. Ну ладно. Пусть важно. Не пристало благородному от какого-то сброда ныкаться. Так. Ну, лут. Благородный, не благородный, а деньги всегда важны. Так. И, собственно, на месте. Пойдемте, наконец-то, уже вытащим нашего братишку и перейдем к финальному этапу местных заданий. Ну, я перед этим еще, конечно, сбегаю, все облутаю, но это уже не на запись. Так, ну, собственно, вот. Ну, стойте. Тут сначала это... А у нас же есть ключ, да? Ну да.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress! Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you. I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
У нас очень хороший персонаж, то есть он хороший главный герой, он вот о своем кузене заботится. Ну и такой, то есть стандартный сюжетный ход, то есть вот у нас есть такой относительно раздолбай, ну в принципе, ну более-менее все-таки справляется, и есть вот такое решало в виде нашего главного героя.
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
There's no one left to pay, Your Highness. The brave Kurt and your cousin have already settled the books.
Really now? What a shame. I would have loved to have seen that. We've nothing left to do then than to board our ship. An adventure awaits us at the end of the street.
Да, если бы мы мимо них это прокрались, то он бы сейчас потребовал, чтобы мы их всех перерезали, а то как-то такое неуважение проявили по отношению к нему. Да и просто, чтобы повеселиться перед отплытием. Да. Ну, собственно, вот. На этом-то и все. С этими квестами, по крайней мере. Вроде бы больше тут ничего интересного нет. Поэтому я сейчас забегу к торговцу, посмотрю, есть ли у него что-нибудь интересное. Раз. Два. Облутаю все сундуки, закрытые на складе у нафтов. Два. И три. Собственно, приду сдавать квест. И после этого мы отправимся в новую сирену. Да, тут есть такая фишечка, что можно перезагружаться, и тут обновится ассортимент. Вот, в общем-то, нашлось кое-что интересное. Вышитый камзол маркиза. Это нам подходит. Возьмем это. И также уплотненный плащ нафтов. Да. Это интересный пункт, кстати, что раньше они, по-моему, давали только харизму. То есть брони и равновесия они не накидывали. То есть это какой-то, видимо, с одним из новых патчей долепили. Что ж, все, собственно, ну, все, что надо, я облутал, более-менее. Вот, также я немножко обновился у торговца по итогу. Вот я взял ему вышитый камзол маркиза, плюс уплотненный плащ нафтов. Да, также я... ну и сапоги. Немножко поколдовал с ними на верстаке, докинул усилений, чтобы не столько, на самом деле, с практической точки зрения, сколько просто с эстетической, чтобы это красиво выглядело. Вот. Ну, оно очень красиво начинает выглядеть на последнем уровне улучшения, но даже так все равно неплохо. Вот. Ну и как бы помогли мне в этом перчатки ювелира, потому что они дают плюс единичка к ремеслу. Без этого было бы неприятно. Да, потом в последующей игре, конечно, если мы захотим просто ради эстетического удовольствия, так сказать, установить себе последний уровень усиления, то в принципе, на самом деле, это можно сделать... может быть, ремесло плюс 1 вот этих перчаток, и плюс еще вот сюда в срединное улучшение засунуть тоже усиление на ремесло, и тогда... Ладно, разберемся с этим потом. А сейчас пойдемте поговорим с Васко, да и будем отправляться.
So, Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon.
Ну, собственно, мы все квесты выполнили, поэтому отправляемся.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
Все, мы все сделали, покидаем.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect. Follow me.
I am so eager to discover Tir-Fredi. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nords even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nords are strange, but they're not idiots.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
Come now, let's lend them a hand.
Неплохая страхолюдина.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir! Kurt! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Ну что ж, потанцуем. Ай-яй-яй. Ну, на самом деле он довольно слаб, особенно при таком как бы использовании. Еще и вот так. давайте его прикончим.
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Your humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Прекрасно. Вот, собственно, мы и апнулись на 4-й уровень. Победили босса. Вот он, труп пешника валяется. Ну и думаю, на этом можно закончить серию. А в следующей мы уже будем в новой сирене.